Echo, I need to know that ahead of time. Do you guys want to say hello or just stand there? Want to say hi?
Oh, we're just
What's
staring.
We're staring at all of the.
I don't like your fucking attitude.
It's
How about that?
It's high energy. You love it.
I'm alpha and you are like beta max.
I know.
Damn.
We're just talking about that too. All right. So everybody, let's see. Look at all these subscribers. So if you remember, guys, if there's an N in front of their name,
Yep.
that means they're a subscriber.
Excellent.
And
Thank
then
you very much.
Yep,
So
we
that's to
appreciate
our
that.
Twitch.tv. Yeah, we had 800 and something subscribers.
Followers, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
subscribers,
Oh,
something like that too.
That's
We
great.
just got a subscription from Osis.
Thank you, Osis.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get my beautiful coral glow from you guys. We will enjoy shipping that animal to you so you can start feeding it like crazy.
You're gonna enjoy shipping
Hi
it.
guys. Oh yeah. Today we had I was getting frustrated. We were shipping a bunch of shipments today.
Yeah.
We got this new FedEx driver. The guy's like Mr. Grumpy, and
He's not like the happy one that used to come.
No.
No,
So
they changed like a month and a half.
Oh
we
my
don't
God.
know what happened. So we usually have all these different stuff. And like yesterday we had like 30 shipments, and the guy's like playing games with us, and he comes and then leaves all the shipments here. So we had to get him to come back. So he gets him and he's all grumpy, and I'm like, thank you, and all this different stuff. And then today he comes through the other door where there's no packages, looks, doesn't see any package. Now mind you, the
Drives
package has
away.
been the
Package
same
was
place,
right here.
the same place they've been for years,
Jeez.
and drives away. And we're chasing after him, and the guy is like a miserable, grumpy.
Yeah. I feel like I
Yeah,
used to be
I
this guy
curmudgeon.
when I used to work.
I saw him.
And he's like,
Once
like wheeling out the cart of shipments.
We had to
and I was
call
like,
FedEx.
Yeah,
Rob had to
to
call
have him
FedEx.
come back.
And that's such a, it's like nonsense. Like the guy is like not wanting to do like his basic job.
yeah.
And we have all these animals that are packed. People have been waiting, you know.
the last guy used to watch the YouTube channel and everything. The last guy was like super cool.
Yeah, but yeah, and he was
Dude,
wonderful
when I was a
too.
truck driver, let me tell you something. He's probably really frustrated because he has to learn a new route and stuff. But like, you gotta remember,
Dude,
being
I
a
got
FedEx driver is
so
a hard
years
job.
ago. I had
It
this,
really is.
So years ago, over at the old place, I had this UPS driver, right?
Yeah.
And the guy was like a douche,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Well, you're a douche, so I'm gonna be a douche right back,
Nice.
right?" So the guy's like this. So one day he gets to the end of his truck, and this is ridiculous. Has a styro, like a 17 by 17 by 12, and is looking at me, standing at the end of his big brown UPS truck, and goes,
He just chucks it.
he throws it
Oh!
on the ground.
Was it an animal?
Yeah.
Oh
It
my
was an
god!
animal, right? And then he goes, and I was like, rah, 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 and he goes, yeah, you try to get me fired. He goes, I'm a union.
Yeah, you won't.
Oh my god, and I was mental.
Yeah, but FedEx though is a different story.
No, but this is UPS. But the guy was just like a miserable. His dinky was probably microscopic,
Probably.
fruit fly ish.
But dude, UPS is where you want to be in the trucking industry,
Wow.
dude. That's like
I don't
the
know.
Gecko
place.
guy is subscribed. Thank you, Gecko.
Yeah,
yeah.
so I
Thank you for
did
that
call.
subscription.
Okay, well the new guy. No, we're not. I'm not doing any of that because sometimes these guys want to take it out on us and like start throwing our animals around. And we're shipping all these beautiful animals, and Rob and Emily go through all this care of packing it right, so you feel like they can just take it out on you. So we're trying to be diplomatic here, and get the guy to like warm up to us, but he's upset.
Oh fuck you.
Yeah, dude, I like that. Cover that guy's face.
My bad. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Jeremy's such a fucking celebrity. Look at him. Get all
are.
mad.
I'm the star.
You're a
the
boss.
fucking star. That was a good
That was
clip.
good. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so we were just talking about how our videos have been trash lately. Me and Kevin both agreed. That is, listen, there's a lot of reasons for that, but I need to go up there and just film another random stuff like I used to do because I feel like you did break up
Well,
the videos.
we
but-
actually, guys, we have a whole bunch of like video ideas that are just going to start rolling. So we've just been a little bit quiet. There's been so much going on at Nerd, and
live streams have been taking up a lot of
yeah,
my time,
live
too.
streams and stuff like that. We're trying to like get it so you guys can like have some kind of interaction with us.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do, I guess, a bunch like some how-to things. There's a lot of stuff we have to get out there.
We got Lilith stuff that we got to do.
So we're gonna do some Lilith stuff, some monitor socialization stuff.
I've got
you
a
know,
front
Tokay, more Tokay Gecko stuff. Just trying to like bring in these new aspects. So just bear with us. We
We got a lot of stuff
I
happening.
wish the biggest problem that we have is a lot of times Kevin does the coolest shit and nobody's there to witness it. And
Oh, yeah.
Kevin doesn't know it's cool, so Kevin doesn't film it.
Yeah.
So, because literally nothing is like, I don't know, he doesn't get excited about the things that normally other people would because he does it every day. We need more big retic stuff. That's when, and I have this.
Oh, actually, so we need to do how to we're gonna do like a kind of like a bit of a comprehensive retic then. We can do that because we can bang that out pretty easy.
What do you mean a comprehensive retic?
So like about I did the video with Jason and Ramondi about reticulated pythons and all that. So we'll do one for our video. And there's this guy named Brodney Bow-Schmidt, whatever. This guy's talking trash about me. And,
nice.
And
wait, you don't even know his real name?
his name is Rodney Bowelich.
Guys, look him up.
And he's talking like smack about me, and he's an expert at alcoholism, possibly.
Cool. Where does he?
And
where does he
says
say
that he's basically he's critiquing. Says that my original orange ghost stripe was not from Jampea. Wrong, because I know exactly where it came from. My original golden child was Solaire, and
You want me to type it into the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, keep talking, Kevin.
yeah.
This is
So
good.
no,
Keep talking.
he's got this little Facebook group of like 1,500 people. So in his little group, he talks smack, and he's like, I can't believe people think Kevin's a retic expert, and this guy is a miserable man baby, because for all the years when we're fighting for US ARC and I was fighting on all the retic stuff, all he wants to do is cry and complain about his conspiracy theories. He's miserable. He will not lend a hand for other people, and now he's doing all this hardcore retic stuff and doing DNA. But it's amazing because he wouldn't lift a finger to fight for our rights on reticulated pythons, on US ARC, and then he was bad-mouthing and doing all this. And he turned around and bad-mouths me, and he's wrong. He is so wrong. He says that I keep talking about my stuff having dwarf blood in them so I can sell more. I don't give a shit. My animals are exactly what I say they are, and I have some dwarf blood in my genetics, and in many cases, whoopee-doo. I'm not doing it saying, oh, these are like legit just super dwarfs and all that. I'll tell you if they get big, if they're mainland, if they're not, blah, 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 blah. And then he says that I'm starving my snakes and doing all this different stuff. Like,
because they're not super fat?
Yeah, no, because they're not big and giant. I literally have my first female cow retic made, the first one ever in the world, because we're the originators of cow retics, and we have fed her unbelievably. And she is like a legit 15-foot snake.
Yeah.
And she has phantom stripe, which is smaller growing. Jampea orange ghost stripe, smaller growing. I'm not saying there hasn't been an orange ghost stripe from another area, but my original orange ghost stripe was the Jampea shipper. He offered it to my guy, and it was very expensive. It was like $7,500. We didn't go for it. He had the wrong sex, and then he let it get eaten up by a rat.
Is this his MySpace photo? I just found?
Oh, look at that.
I don't know who the hell this guy is.
Yeah, that's Rodney. And I used to be friendly with Rodney, but Rodney's got a big fat mouth.
Well, where's he doing all this yelling at you?
He's in his little group thing. He's a miserable.
Are you in the group, Kevin, or are you just
No,
like,
it's his group. It's
so
his
you
group.
Have a narc? You got a narc in there? You got somebody giving you information?
No, he's just what he's doing. He's talking smack about me, and he's like, now he has his conspiracy theories about me. So I sit here and talk about saying, oh, I got Jampea orange ghost stripe, and I got Solaire in my golden childs, and all this different crap because they're smaller growing, or he's contending maybe they're not smaller growing. All this different stuff. I don't care. Go away. You're a miserable prick, Rodney.
Why didn't you tell me you were going to talk about this?
Rodney's he's an epic douchebag, and I like to smack him. And that's just the way it is.
Calm down.
Okay, well, whatever.
Jesus.
Oh, no, dude, it's ridiculous because...
Why didn't you tell me before so I could have brought up some
whatever,
really cool
because
photos
it's pissing me off.
What
he's doing is my buddy Gavin tells me, hey, Rodney's talking smack about... Dude, Snarfle started talking smack about Rodney Bowelich.
Where? On
Instagram.
Oh my God, really?
He talks smack? Yeah, even Snarfles is pissed.
Did he hashtag the post at least?
So,
hashtag
this is yeah, guys, I'm
I'd rather
ranting.
him rant, actually.
But listen, so there's nothing good. So if I'm in this whole reptile industry and all I want to do is care about myself, and I think I live in this little glass house, and all I care about is what's important to me, and I don't care about other people, and then I go and badmouth people that are trying to help the general herp hobby, which is myself, because I have put huge effort in trying to help this industry, and Rodney is the complete opposite. So then people start telling me, Rodney's at it again, and he's back talking you. What's that?
My bad.
Sorry, you keep talking.
Our emotes aren't. Go ahead. You keep talking, Kevin. My bad.
You know, but it's Rodney and I used to be friendly, and he called me up, and we had these big long things, and he had these weird ideas. But he was like, I'm not gonna get in. USARK sucks, and all this different stuff. This sucks, and all this crap. And I'm like, this is what we have. We have to work together. Stop with the conspiracy theories. We need to do things that is good for the hobby. And all he wants to do is generate misery, because that's the only attention that he gets. And he's lucky that we basically saved our ass for retics. The guy is not part of USARK. He's shipping retics across state lines. He's bringing in retics. Technically, you have to be part of the USARK lawsuit to even be able to ship retics across state lines. I'm registered with U.S. Fish and Wildlife. I have my part of the lawsuit. I was one of the people on the lawsuit, and U.S. Fish and Wildlife has that. I have to have a letter even signifying that for me to have my master CITES.
Is he from like a state that doesn't care about anything?
No, it's still crossing a state line. You have to be part of USARK. Technically, if you're going off and shipping retics across state lines, for you to be part of the injunction. And all we can. I'm not trying to involve in that stuff, but his mouth is giant, and he needs to keep sipping on his beers and go someplace else, because he sucks. And there, I said it. But you suck. And I just can't stand. I can't stand his negativity and talking in his little thing and saying that I'm not a retic expert. Dude, you are. So he's getting DNA done on different islands for pure this and pure. Okay, you can be the specific DNA expert all you want, Jack. But if that's your claim to fame, then go suck it, because I don't really care about it. So there you go.
How many books is he live stream we've done that I can't be like Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. I can't lighten it back up.
No, buyers, you don't need a special permit for retics. It's like, listen, I'm splitting hairs, but technically, reticulated pythons, as well as some of the other boids, Burmese pythons and everything like that, we weren't allowed to be able to ship them across state lines because it was invasive, injurious violation, until we argued our point and we had U.S. Fish and Wildlife's ruling upheld. And that's what it is. It's upheld. We basically conveyed our argument against U.S. Fish and Wildlife's argument, and I was a big part of that. I was literally like the big arguer, working with USARK and the attorneys, and we all worked very, very well together, because we had one objective. We had to argue with facts, and we had to argue against hysteria. And we were able to argue within 20-something pages to a judge that was literally a judge that could use some sense. And he was like, he wanted to be educated, so it was our job to educate him, and then basically provide an argument that was more compelling than what U.S. Fish and Wildlife did. Because U.S. Fish and Wildlife basically had 330 pages of their argument, and their argument was fantastic. And I was going crazy reading it, because they're like, Kevin, here's 330 pages. We need you to argue this. And I went mental, because I was like, I'll argue 330 pages with 330 pages, ripping apart their stuff. Yeah. Because you're basically talking about U.S. Fish and Wildlife biologists that are not qualified, and they don't have the expertise in these animals, such as somebody like myself. And if it's in fact, it's a legit argument, I can't argue with lies. I have to argue with facts. And I'm only arguing because it's an injustice, because what they're claiming was fantastic. So I argued why a reticulated python would even be a worse invasive as a specimen, as a species, as a life form than a Burmese python. They have a third longer reproduction cycle. Their eggs are more sensitive to temperature changes, all these different things. They take longer to mature. Burmese pythons mature due to size. Reticulated python females mature due to age and size. And there's no female retic that under the age of 3 years old is going to reproduce. They can't release the luteinizing hormones that triggers ovulation. I argued all these things, but U.S. Fish and Wildlife is saying that a 5-year-old reticulated python could be 25 feet long. You have to feed them goats and pigs and all. I was literally losing my mind, but you have to lose the emotion. And I work, with U.S. Ark, and U.S. Ark is one of the most fantastic things. And Rodney was bad-mouthing them. And this is just whatever. We're gonna go underground. He had all that kind of let's pick up arms and that is ridiculous.
To go against the government and just start doing things on your own?
No, it's ridiculous. You have to work within whatever you can. If you want to be a legit thing, and you want these reptiles to be mainstream. Hey, I'm a lifetime member of the NRA, and I believe in having your rights to have a gun and all that stuff. But it's you have to be reasonable first. And talking about ninny conspiracy theories when you have some basic facts in front of you, and then trying to say somehow that U.S. Ark is bad and Marshall Myers and all these different people are bad and all this, and they're gonna sell us out. And this is Andrew Wyatt.
What does he benefit by saying all these things?
Because he's got his own little opinion of things, and I tried to change it, and eventually you just go, you know what? I'm wasting my time. I can't change your opinion. So,
Are you gonna get banned from Facebook again?
Who?
Are you gonna get banned from Facebook for trying to change people's opinions?
I can't.
I just got banned on Instagram. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Because you had opinions.
Whatever. Yeah. Oh, that was amazing. A couple times I go on these rants on Facebook.
Yep.
This is when I was going on a little bit about our government and about how democracy and what kind of political position that you are or whatever. And sometimes the people that you're supporting, they want to protect their constituents, so they want to protect their cattle, and therefore they want to take away everything that's dangerous. So it being guns, so it being big scary reptiles, so it being scary dogs and horses and all this different stuff. So whatever political party that wants to protect you, whatever. So I go on about these things, and I go and write these my rants, and I'd post them. They'd post to Facebook, and I come back 5 minutes later, 2 minutes later, it was there, and all of a sudden it's gone. And it's gone forever. And I'm like, I just put like a friggin' hour.
Let me ask you a question.
They're literally editing, and it basically silenced me.
Oh, I bet they did. Why don't you use your Facebook the right way and make posts from your Facebook?
Kevin's eating a muffin.
Cool.
My mood today is sad.
No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to live stream that. No. What I want you to do to get on your Facebook, it's something you've never done before, make a post on your account. Wouldn't it be fucking insane if you did that? And then all these people that like you will be like, look at this fucking shit. Kevin,
yeah.
I literally do it on mine, and I get response. If you did it on yours, you could get this opinion out there.
Well, I was just popping off about Rodney Bowelich.
Why are you doing it in a Facebook group? What the fuck are you doing?
I don't do anything. I just do what you guys tell me to do now.
Okay, Kevin.
Some of the shit.
But if you have this opinion about this guy, I'm trying to tell you how you can really make it burn the most. You go to Facebook and make a rant about it. So, you log into Facebook, make a post.
I just did it here. I don't know. I get angry. I don't, but you know what? I think it'd be funny, anger requires energy.
Do it on the England Reptile one.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't care. Go for it. Dude,
let's not do that.
I have some great ideas with that we're going to bring up after he's done ranting about this poor son of a bitch.
Oh, boy.
So Rodney's, what's the name of his business? Is it a retic business? Because Rodney
Is
Bowelich,
Kevin a libertarian? I am be strong, take care of yourself, support yourself, rely on the government as least as possible, and keep them out of your fucking life.
Okay, cool.
And don't tell a woman what she can do with her body. And leave religion out of politics.
Jesus Christ.
There you go. That's whatever I am.
And you're an eco-terrorist.
He's reading the comments.
Oh God.
I have social media so I can bitch and moan just like everyone else.
Yeah,
I don't generally do that on my social media.
You should though, because you have this mouth on you. And
I do have a mouth on me.
Dude, I love it.
That's like everybody. One of my favorite movies is Bad Santa, and Bernie Mac. And he's looking at that little guy, and he's like, "You got one hell of a mouth on you, little
Bernie
whatever."
Mac also died young,
dude.
so keep that in mind.
Bad Santa is just wonderful. God damn, I love it.
Second was not as good. Not as good. Yo. So
No, the second one was not
what do
nearly.
you guys, what does people think in the chat about Kevin actually using his Facebook and writing things? And dude, if our Twitter following was bigger, Kevin would be so obnoxious on Twitter. I know you would, because I know I would.
If Kevin had Twitter,
yeah,
dude.
I'm really glad that Kevin has these rants and he's able to do these things because it makes me feel like I'm able to actually have fun and do things too. Like,
yeah,
I want to start a campaign right now that. Remember I told you about this? I posted about it on my Facebook. I want to say, listen, guys, we're thinking about doing this. If
I
you,
told him. I think I
you told him this? All right, guys. So I have this idea that if you want a free nerd shirt, this is an idea, so don't fucking start doing it yet. What we'll do is if you burn our competitors' shirts and you videotape it and put it on social media and you tag that person in it.
What else
We'll
if I
send
like
you
the
nerd-
competitor?
It doesn't matter. You know what if people?
No, but I
Brian
have, listen,
Cusco,
just because
Eric
you're my
Chambers.
competitor, I have lots of my competitors are my friends.
Yeah, but then we get a free nerd shirt out. Oh, you don't get the joke, Kevin. It's fucking hilarious. Come on.
But I don't want to disrespect my friends.
Even
No,
Eric,
it's fine.
even
We're
Eric
burning
Chambers
bar-
said he would
we're
burn an
burning
AP.
bar check shirts.
Yeah.
first.
That's the fun about it. Oh, Kevin. Oh, I totally didn't get that.
That's
joke.
awfully hostile. I am awfully friggin' hostile.
think
It
we were
really
talking about
is.
Donny.
I can be an angry person.
I'd rather you be angry.
You know what I'm
surprised.
really angry about? I'm really angry about Australia burning and watching all those animals die, and that like sends me into emotional hell.
Wait, do you think
because
they're letting
that is literally where we're going. We're going that way. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into it because it makes me friggin' miserable. And it really, really, really bothers me.
You're gonna burn yourself out if you keep
No,
yelling.
I won't.
for
I have
30
endless
minutes.
energy.
You just got back from Muay Thai.
I just came back from Muay Thai.
Is that why you're like this right now? Because you're
What?
just like beat up
No,
people? and
I'm
you're
like fucking hostile.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I keep swearing everybody. And somebody was like,
No,
my
it's
mouth
fine.
on me.
It's
But
fine.
I'm kind of
this is who he is, guys.
no. I can immediately go into a narrative or where I never swear. You know that I can easily.
Yeah, that's true.
I can
He
completely
swears less than
change
anybody.
Yeah.
my stuff, but I don't want to like.
I
I
like you. This
I think one of our things about the podcast is, or whatever, is like some people might not like me and decide I suck, but other ones, I have my ideas, and I am very. I think I'm pretty black and white in that way. I don't like to pretend too much.
I'm glad you don't pretend. It's a lot easier to.
I don't
do
want to
my
be
job.
like a make believe. Yeah,
Because then you have to stay like that.
anacondas are coming along great.
How come we haven't had any more?
No, baby gray anacondas are not asshats. A lot of my baby green anacondas, right when they're born, they're sweet.
great. Yeah.
No, I have wonderfly sweet green anacondas. The sad part is we go through all this work on these green anacondas, getting them eating. We have a certain way to set them up, and then people change how we set them up, and it makes me insane. Please listen to us. I don't know what to do. Thank you, Barbara.
Oh, you get your grumpy food.
Barbara's great.
Yeah. That's your indentured servant.
No. Thank you very much. I like how
That's
she's
her
like, one
caretaker.
more thing. And then one more thing. And one more thing.
So is that to keep you from getting grumpy, Kevin?
No.
All the food's right
No.
there?
No, because if I don't tend to eat. I forget to eat
true.
a lot. That's why I'm emaciated. Because I work and then
It's not
did
meth.
I eat?
It's not meth, guys. Stop
It's
saying
not.
that.
No, it's I work and I forget to like eat and then I just get skinny.
How come? Never mind. I have that issue and I'm still fat. All right. Lilith Black. Thank you for the subscription. All right. Anything else you want to rant about? I mean, that was fun. I couldn't find Rodney Bolich's business page. 'cause
Whatever.
It's fine.
Well, next
he's-
time you should tell me so I can do some
What is that? Is that
investigation.
mango?
You can't eat that. It's too healthy for you. It's mango.
Stop. You want me to do better, right? So here.
No,
I'm
dude,
gonna do
titty.
better.
Guys, how many of you guys love that he's eating the mic right now?
I'm sorry, guys.
I don't really care. Go
I'm
ahead.
really bad.
I don't think they care. They love you. You can do anything you want. I met this guy, Tony Snakes. I thought that was an old man for the longest time. Some like 18-year-old kid. He met me at the expo. Oh, shout out to all you people that said hello to me and Jeremy at the expo. And
Yes.
did you meet any new fans at the expo, sir, Mr. Celebrity?
Okay, so I walked around the expo.
Buying
people-
everyone's toques.
No. There wasn't a lot of tokens, actually. A lot of females. A lot of them were not very good. But I did meet some people. And it's, I don't know, people are a little bit intimidated by me because I have really good hearing. So sometimes I walk past you and then all of a sudden, like, is that Kevin? Oh my God, that was Kevin.
Yeah,
but they're thinking
yeah.
like I'm some. The problem is I'm usually have an agenda when I'm going around the thing. I want to go around and do my stuff and then I need to leave. But, I don't bite or
I
whatever.
told
But there was
somebody
a
I'd touch
lot
you.
of people that are nice and all that. So
Anybody talking shit about you? Is anybody ever
That's
approached
the
you?
worst thing you could do is probably talk shit about me.
What do you mean?
Because I'll talk shit right
I know
back
you will.
about you.
I told some kid that really wanted to meet him, like, go up to him and start touching his hands. Just see what he does. The kid's like, I'll never do that.
What'd you do?
I told some kid that, like, he was like really wanted to meet you. I'm like, you know what you should do? Start trying to touch his hands. Like meet him and start just like grab his hands. See what he does.
Oh my god.
He breaks the kid's arm.
I don't know.
I think the kid knew I was kidding, but like, can you imagine?
I don't know.
Hey man, dude, at Tinley, I kept telling people to go tug his ponytail because it would make him smile.
Dude, no, I would never. I feel like he'd swing. I don't know. Don't do that.
Dude, I was waiting to see if somebody.
Let's not forget, I'm an angry person. I'm
That's
an
what I
angry
mean.
person, but I'm also like shy, and because I've been like a lot, my life, I'm been that loner where I'm now forced to do this stuff in public. You guys are all like breaking me.
We want to. That's the idea.
And you're forcing me to come out from under the rock.
You love it.
10 years you've been hiding.
love the
Your social
attention.
media was dying until we got you out in the light.
That's true.
This is good for you, man. Somebody give us 100 bits. Holy shit.
Woo! Thank you, Wolf Mama.
You guys
Thank
want to
you.
talk some more? We'll talk more shit for more bits. You guys want us to talk shit about
I
other?
mean, I ran around the expo. I'm not even worried about your.
So what did we make you do? We made you be social.
Yeah,
That's
I think it's good. I think you should lose the.
Well, no, you
sunglasses.
can't. Okay, I only have like this nisometer.
The
You can't-
nisometer?
The nisometer. And it's like, okay, I'm tired of you. Now you have to leave. Like,
Yeah, you got
like
a
talking
minute
about
window.
Donny and people that are like,
No, I get it, I
my
get it.
people, or because I have things I have to do every day. So I have a window where I'll deal with you, and then I'm done. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Oh.
done, and I need to.
I shut
fair.
it down the second I feel like you're not interested anymore. You can just walk away. It's the Irish goodbye. I do it to people too. That's how you get Kevin to not like you. I call it like verbal hostage. You hold somebody hostage. You fuck those people, man. If you guys can't read social cues, I can't be near you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Jeremy deals with it all day. He deals with people literally forcing him to talk to you, and you just deal with it.
It definitely
nice.
goes to 11. Nigel Toughness said so.
How long can you deal with a fan for like 30 seconds?
What?
How long can you deal with like a guy that? Just
I
wants
can
to meet
deal
you?
with fans generally a lot better than you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not that bad, dude. Come
I
on,
know.
I never force you in conversations. You force me into conversations when you're mad at me about something I did.
Well, okay, so when somebody comes up to me and is like, oh, we really like what you're doing and all that, and I'm like, thank you, I really appreciate that. I'm like trying to figure out how many different ways can I like change the words around so I sound like fresh each time.
Right.
So when I was like doing, my publisher sends me over to Ham, Germany. This is interesting. So I'm doing this book signing and meet and greet.
Yep.
That's right, guys. Kevin's famous.
And so that was one of my books, and I go there, and I'm like I'm sitting there with
Thank
all
you
these
for that
books,
sub.
and he's like looking at this line, and the line was massive, and I'm like, I have to sign all these books. So the worst part,
Oh god.
in Ham, Germany, there's all different languages being spoken
Yeah, it's
because
like a melting
it's
pot.
it's a melting pot of
Shut
Europe.
up, yeah.
CK Boas, thank you.
And there's people coming up to me can't speak English, and I'm trying to be, creative, and I'm like, so one of my things I would write in the books, well, I hope you like my book better than washing dishes. And
Wow.
I actually was writing that. Oh, I did.
Did you write in German or was it in English?
No, and it was always actually I had done a German book, but I wasn't writing in German.
Oh.
So then I was like, well, I hope you like my book better than taking out the trash, and then I was
Self-deprecating. Very much so.
self-deprecating. I'm very self-deprecating.
Like it keeps you
I
from
think
being
it got
hurt.
worse as he saw how long the line was.
Kept-
Like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you go out and just saying you're garbage, nobody can really bring you down. That's what I do.
So okay, so wait, so if you had to sign all those books, was your signature 100% consistent all the way through,
Oof.
or did it start to get sloppy towards the end?
No, I don't think so. Sometimes I like lose myself in my K's. Woo! Or the worst thing is when you're doing with the pen and the pen goes and stops, and you're like,
yes.
no,
Yes.
no, my flow.
Can you imagine if you had a stamp?
Yeah, that's great.
People love when you do that.
That's great. That's great.
Just like
A lot of some of my books are going out of print now because they've been all sold out. So I have to do like these updates, and it's like, oh my god, the time.
Would you ever do an audiobook? Can you imagine that?
Just listen to me rant.
No, yeah, you just
Yeah.
you talk and you just read it
You
out
have to
loud.
Talk about ball pythons.
Yeah.
You had to do a
Oh,
ball python.
But I do.
Rob just gave us
I'd
100
probably
bits.
bring in Tinklebob.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
Python Regis is one of the most remarkably smaller growing
I-
boy
yeah.
kept in captivity. It's one of the most popular snakes.
I'd listen to that.
The planet.
Does that hurt your voice to do that?
No,
It doesn't. Okay, I'm just wondering.
not at all.
See how offended he gets so
I-
easily?
Watch me in my Crotalis videos.
Does that hurt your voice?
I think if you did that for an extended
That's
period
all
of
I'm
time.
thinking about when
You
he's
know
doing
when I
that.
sang Painkiller, which is like Judas Priest, I tore my voice because that's like all like falsetto. So I was doing all my falsetto voice, and I just did it until I was like, I like lost part of my voice when I was doing that. It was really weird. But it gives you headaches. When I did the Trooper off the first CD, at the end of that, I blew my voice out, and I was like getting a migraine when I was trying to sing it.
Thank you, Carla, for the
Yeah,
500
thanks,
bits.
Carla.
So you have to help me put my music
music
on
out there. Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
They're
On whatever. Just
and
whatever.
I don't know, Apple Music or something. I don't know what the hell. I don't
Yep.
know. All right.
We gotta still talk about
And then
it.
we gotta
So
promote it.
everybody, at some point,
Yes.
Jeremy and I are gonna write some goofy songs and record
Yes.
some obnoxious music.
When my apartment is done and I can actually...
No, he was over there. Your bathroom is gonna be so damn the smoothest walls in the world, dude. He's over there. It's costing a fortune just to get your. It's so nice, but it's beautiful.
Kevin's favorite gives an look at you. You're like living
You
in
told
royalty
me
over there.
What?
He's giving you royalty basically to live.
Yeah, look at me. You told me Jacob, and I said
Well, that's different. Well, yeah, you're right.
Jacob's
Jacob
the
is your
golden
favorite.
boy of nerd.
We do, dude. I have evidence, dude. Remember he interrupted our video? You didn't flip out. You're like, it's okay. You're Jacob, dude. I don't understand. I get it, but like, I can't believe you give him so much slack.
leniency?
No,
Yeah.
because he's so good apparently.
I
But like,
feel like I'm...
you don't have it as good as he does.
No, I don't have. I can't get a solid gauge out of him because I come to him and like update him about things via be them good or bad.
Yeah, it
but
sucks.
then I'm also like, hey Kev, we gotta go do this. Okay, yeah, that sounds like fun. Or hey Kev, like this is happening. Oh, what? Like, so there's no like if like when Dan comes into a room, he's like, oh God, here comes trouble.
Yeah,
Jake
what's up with
is
that?
Like, oh yeah, okay, this is good. And then like I'm that somewhere in between. Like I haven't told him at all about all the travel that we have to do this year.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, guys.
Look at that face.
We have a whole year's worth of travel.
We're
stuff
planning,
gonna be
but we're
planning.
not telling you because you don't like to plan.
He doesn't like to plan. He's too cool for
then
that.
There's FaceTime. You guys just travel the phone
no,
and FaceTime.
no.
Hey guys.
No, it's
Should we
gotta be
like
you.
tell him live about some of the cool things?
No!
No.
It'll
'cause it's
upset
gonna-
me.
it's
What about some of
gonna-
the people that are visiting him?
I think I think
He knows
that's-
about Clint coming soon,
That's
right?
okay. Clint's coming. Yep.
Yep.
And,
Will Nace is going to be visiting you soon. Do you know who he is? Oh,
So
okay,
whatever-
hold on.
He's reading the comments.
I'm reading comments.
Pause.
So you're talking about you're a herper if I had all my website.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
so many
I
you're
can
a herper if.
I can give you that if you still want it. I have all that archived.
They want to see. Yeah, Kevin. I did. I just come up with all these stupid you're a herper
We
if.
still have it. Don't worry.
That's
It's really long. I remember reading that.
Dude, some of the I would laugh my ass off.
Kevin's 90s.
yeah.
website.
The albino melanota Boega dendrophila melanota is Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Crowley, that's the
Yeah,
official
he's a
name.
little savage.
All right.
Long
yeah.
live
So Will
Chicken Butt.
Nace is coming.
Yeah, Will
in
Nace. Do you know
March.
who Will Nace is?
No.
See, I didn't. Okay, Will Nace. Will Nace is he's part of the Venomous world, but he also does a lot of the Gator stuff down in Florida. And I think he's about the same size as us, but you like him. He's gonna come visit us. He's a fan of yours. He's got a pretty good YouTube channel, but he's a nice guy. I gotta show you some
He
of
likes
his videos.
me.
Yeah, that's all that matters to Kevin. But like, yeah, he does. he does a lot of Venom stuff, and I think But what's really cool is he does for like to make income. He does gator wrestling and he does educational shows and stuff like that down there, and he does rescues, all that stuff for a fishing game.
That's all. It sounds wonderful.
I know you love that stuff.
I do.
So, all right, so I feel like you guys will bond that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that nerd.
He's
Clint's
like
Reptiles
Tyler Nolan friend and Chandler.
he
and stuff
knows
like that.
them. Yeah, yep. He's
And don't forget, we got Clint coming out
Soon.
later this month.
unless he just dips. He's like,
No,
"Well
he's
done,
not.
Kevin."
No,
imagine?
dude, he's
Could
all
you imagine?
he's all
Clint's like,
excited.
I'm too good. I'm too famous now.
Well, maybe I don't know. Dude, Clint's growing really quick. Have you seen his numbers? Clint gets.
Yeah. That'll be fun. That'll be fun though. I'm looking
I just
forward to
couldn't
that.
stand.
What am I eating? I'm so bad, guys. I just came back from Muay Thai, so I was a little bit hungry. So I'm eating guacamole and corn chips and mango. I'm sorry.
And so am I, because it's there.
Usually these two are like mowing on hot pockets.
Whoa,
and
whoa.
Why don't you get
Hot
fucked?
Pockets.
Yeah, I eat hot pockets. Yeah,
gross.
I can't. I don't know. I'm not a
It's
grown up.
yummy, but
What
you guys. So here's something for everybody. go look up something called the acid index of food. We know what the acid index of food. You know what it is?
It's your Bible.
Certain foods are?
No.
No.
So, does anybody know what the acid index of food and what is the important information you get out of that?
I guarantee nobody does. It's just
All right, let's see. Come on, guys.
Oh boy.
Why don't you just tell us? Tell
All
me
right,
how bad
see,
I am.
so I'm going to give one of my valuable friends.
Somebody's just gonna Google it.
So, acid index of food.
Time to shame some people in the chat.
No, it's not the amount of acid inside the food.
That's what I said.
Is it the alkalines in food?
I don't know.
I'm
I
looking
love
stuff up.
salads. Happen to be one of my favorite foods. Who the hell's that?
It's Dustin. You couldn't-
Dustin, what's wrong with you?
Go away.
He's got
Go
a low
away.
IQ.
Go away.
Oh, why
Go.
are you
go
being
away.
mean to him?
No.
I don't like
there-
Dustin.
Look, there's a whole group.
Hi.
Go away.
Dummy.
Go away.
All right, lower the acidic rating, the worse. No.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh,
is
well,
this-
okay, here we go.
Is
Somebody's on there. Okay, acid index of food. So this is kind of an interesting thing that people should actually consider, especially if you have anything like indigestion, heartburn, esophageal erosion, which is a great way to get things like esophageal or tracheal cancer. So what it is, this is important.
I'm listening.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you too, titties.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm big chested.
okay,
learned.
so listen. So
We're getting learned.
if I have like a banana or broccoli or I have a sweet potato or
Wait, hang on. I need to listen.
or bread, right?
Yes.
So when I eat that, as soon as I start salivating, my stomach, I start eating stuff. Your saliva is it neutralizes acid. So what happens is when I eat something, I need to generate X amount of acid to digest whatever I've eaten, or I get pancreatitis. So the food starts rotting and going bad in my stomach. So the acid index of a banana, of broccoli, of rice, or whatever is reasonably low. But if I go look at the acid index of a Hot Pocket, of a block of cheese, of meat, it's a very hard thing to digest. So what happens is, if I eat a block of Swiss cheese, which is yummy, that's all casein, protein, and salt. It's loaded with salt, and there's massive cholesterol and all that. And it takes a ton of acid to actually digest that. So your body is pretty much, generating all this acid to break down all this material. So meat and cheeses and dairy and all that takes a higher acid index. So you dump all this acid into your stomach. Then what happens? What happens with all that acid?
Well, you gotta get rid of it.
So how do you get rid of it?
Please, someone comes out.
No. How do you get? How? First of all, you know what heartburn is, and
that what
acid
acid is?
reflux,
Yeah.
and esophageal erosion.
Yeah.
You get all that stuff.
Right.
So what is that? You got all this acid in your stomach. You need to neutralize the acid. So what we do, the body does, is we rob what little bit of calcium is in our bloodstream, but we generally rob the calcium from our bones. And that calcium is base. It's alkaline base. So we have acidic, so that's below a 7 pH, and then we have all this alkaline base, which neutralizes it. There's all this acid. I've just digested all this food. Get this acid sitting there. Now it's hurting me. It's bad for you. So now I have to dump all this calcium from my bones, and it neutralizes the acid. So people that get osteoporosis, they get and all that. It's called metabolic acidosis. Metabolic acidosis is your body goes into this constant state. If I'm a big-time meat eater, or I'm eating lots of dairy or lots of Hot Pockets and McDonald's, I'm going to be dumping all this endless amount of acid in my stomach. I'm going to be using up a lot of the calcium in my bones, and it'll cause you'll get these like your hips will hurt and your joints can hurt because you're basically your calcium. Your bones are like these porous reserves of calcium. We use calcium for our nerves to communicate. Our neurons and all that stuff are using calcium every single day, and it's part of our metabolic system. So now you're just putting all this extra weight on there. So if I drink milk and go, oh, milk's high in calcium, I'll just drink milk and that will help me. Believe it or not, all that milk is hard to digest, so you have to dump all this acid in there, and then you rob the calcium from your bones. So you get osteoporosis. One of the best things to do is not to drink milk. or not to drink or eat dairy and all that. What you want to do is you want to have foods that are rich in calcium, and generally, you know, like a lot of vegetation and stuff like that has a great source of calcium and minerals, which go quickly to your bones and allows that, and has a lower acid index. So I just ranted about some nonsense. But anybody that has any heartburn and you know, you're taking Tums and Prilosec, dude, you're masking a bigger problem. And if you're laying in bed and you have to prop yourself up, your body's telling you something bad's happening. And when you start burning the flap, which is your esophagus, and you start burning it and you get esophageal erosion, it can cause horrific long-term problems. It'll change who you are. It'll cause you massive discomfort. And I'm done. I'll talk about reptiles now.
Do you have this problem? Because I don't have this problem.
I don't have
I don't
it.
even drink milk or red meat.
I don't have
so
it.
you know.
So I primarily.
I know a lot of people that have it though. Take Tums. No, take Tums, but you're still having the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
usually
doing
only
Tums, so.
eat like crap when I'm on tour, just because like there's nothing on the freaking.
You should
road.
pack a lunch, dude. Like
yeah,
Kevin
pack a
would.
lunch for a month.
I don't know.
That's kind
I
of
don't
hard.
know. I don't leave that much.
That's kind of hard.
So Kevin, how are you to travel with? Do you bring snacks and stuff so you can eat healthy on the road? Because we're gonna be doing a lot of traveling soon.
He doesn't eat healthy on the road.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be like yeah. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
We are doing a lot of traveling.
We're gonna be
this year.
I cannot sleep. I look at people that are like drooling on themselves on the airplane. I'm just like, I hate you.
Oh no, we're not gonna. Do
No,
that.
we're not going to do any long plane flights.
No, we're gonna be super cool.
So I'm gonna travel to the other end of town. I like that.
We wouldn't need a plane for that.
We'll
Yeah.
have fun.
Other side of town, other side of the country.
I got somebody. Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff came up today, the Amazon guy,
Mhm.
and he's trying to get me to go to Ashby, Mass. And I'm like, strapped
And guess
up.
what? Guess what Kevin says? Don't talk to me. Talk to him, and then points to me because I'm Kevin's PR.
Okay, Ricky
Handler.
Gervais. Ricky Gervais, I friggin' love. That is a man that has no excuses. He just says what he wants. He's very real. He's offensive to some people. I mean, a lot of it is done in fantastic wit. He's clever. He's highly intelligent. Ricky Gervais is a massive animal lover. He is such an animal lover, and I really appreciate that. And we're in the world of our sensual or sensitive, politically correct people that are very fragile, and sometimes he is not well received because he's mean-spirited and all that. And it's just, but yes, I watched some of the Golden Globes. I watched last year, and it was amazing.
You watched the Golden Globes?
No, I watched
Oh.
Ricky Gervais for the Golden Globes. I
He's
can't
great.
stand Hollywood. Hollywood's made it's made of make believe and people that don't even live.
Dude, actors
in
are
reality.
vacant people. They like don't have
They live in a
personalities.
completely
Ugh.
different thing than all of the rest of us that actually have to think about, oh, can I pay my electric bill? Can I do this? And they're just like, I have a personal trainer. I have somebody making food for me. And I can afford to eat the best food and all this different kind of
As
stuff.
Barb comes in and delivers you food.
No, it's very different. No, it's not like that.
Other people
Shut
don't
up.
have like
Yeah,
what $1,000 electric bills.
Yeah.
You're turning into a faux, like a big celebrity though, Kevin. So you will have like this lifestyle pretty soon.
But I really, I don't care anything. All my anything I have goes to my animals because my animals, the welfare of animals, and my animals, and my community is the most important thing to me. I am my entire life is dedicated to animals. I care about animals and the plight of animals and our appreciation of animals
Right.
and slow the bleeding of these poor animals
wow.
dying and vanishing. That's
Okay.
the most important thing to me.
If you win the Powerball tomorrow, what do you do?
Oh God! So
You ever thought
I'm
about
very
this?
much into rattlesnake conservation and all this different stuff. So I would probably buy some critical habitat and I would.
So they can't.
I
fuck
would.
with
Yeah,
it?
I would donate it to something called Bear Paw in New Hampshire, and which. So if I buy something and donate it or put it into an easement for a 100-year easement, Bear Paw will match me whatever I put in. So if I put in, I've spent $500,000 on some property, they would match the $500,000, and they do that. So now we'd have $1 million parcel,
That's
and then that goes. New Hampshire Fish and Game would then get to use that to protect all the species that are on there. I work with Fish and Game, and so what's really nice about New Hampshire Fish and Game, they're progressive, and they actually listen to me, and they work with me, and as does Vermont. And some states, they're just like just because you keep reptiles, they like their biologists just will not talk to you. These people are nim.
Thank you, Yoda, for the subscription.
They're just their brains are just like nothing, but they cannot talk to you because you're beneath them, because you don't have a degree and all. It's amazing the snottiness of some of this stuff and how it masks what the purpose is to do things for the betterment and the success and the welfare of these animals. And these people are not about that. They're more about their precious egos and having power and
making tax write-offs happen.
Oof. I really thought he was gonna say something more crazy. Like, you won the Powerball. The fuck are you gonna do something crazy though? Like, put a third floor of this building for some reason?
No, he's gonna buy that Lambo he's been looking at.
I don't even play Lotto or Powerball or anything.
It was a joke.
It's a fantasy, dude. Hey, Colby Teal, thank you for this up. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
We gotta interrupt Kevin and say thank you to these people. We have to, or we'll forget.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we're traveling. Let's get back to that.
Yeah, fuck Kevin. We need where else are we going?
So
we can't tell him where we're going.
Okay,
we just have to tell him when it's about to happen.
I know, but can't we say at least where we're gonna go? Just not tell him when.
Hold on. So the rattlesnakes are going to be released in the Quabbin. Those are still being held in captivity. That whole thing was complete sad. That was so done wrong. Okay. So Jim Beam is destroying habitat for timber rattlesnakes in Kentucky. I don't know anything about that. And my viewer that came to tell me about the Maine timber rattlesnakes, you missed me and you told Rob, but I would still like to talk more about the Maine timber rattlesnakes and all that. That's really critical.
I can talk on that a little bit about the Quabbin. So I got to talk with Senator Lesser about that stuff. He was like the senator that was like kind of backing that whole project. And one of the biggest things for him was he's also on the board of tourism and was getting so many complaints and people who were like, oh my gosh, these rattlesnakes are gonna, they're gonna invade our properties and all this stuff. And he's like, well, we need to be able to continue to do this research, but I also need to make sure my constituents are happy. So he like paused it all, put a Band-Aid on it, and I was like, well, there's this thing called mass facial wildlife that's supposed to be able to do.
So the whole thing is completely.
It's just
the problem is went to the public narrative where people are like, oh, these things are gonna swim and go after us and attack. And so what they're doing is like, that's when when is something precious that should be preserved, as long as it doesn't change somebody's lifestyle or it's a proposed danger or all these different things. It's nonsense. But the whole Quabbin thing and the reintroduction of the timber rattlesnakes into that area and all that was completely aborted because it went to public census and public outcry, and then that went way overboard. You couldn't even talk any intelligence. They did it terribly wrong. I know areas where there's timber rattlesnakes and there's literally people sunbathing around where the rattlesnakes are, and they don't
oblivious.
They're oblivious to the rattlesnakes. The rattlesnakes are there. They're not biting anyone. But we have this whole thing that all people are so precious. The human life is the most precious creature. It's the most precious life form. Even when there's billions of us, each one of us are so precious. And I certainly am not precious at all.
No, you're super precious, dude. Say hi to your evil Morph God Live viewers. Hi.
Hey. What's up, guys? I guess I'm doing live stream. You
don't have to stop what you're saying.
Okay, so anyways,
wow, 21 people joined immediately.
I can't. That's totally. My attention deficit disorder just went off. But this whole thing that we have, this human life is so precious, and these animals are not precious. So these animals all have. They probably need to have their own index. Well, a koala bear is more precious than a timber rattlesnake, but a rat is the bottom, and all this different stuff. But it's so amazing that humans, we actually feel like we have every one of these rights and all this different crap. And save these poor starving children in a third world nation. And I'm like, yes. So then they can get enough medicine so they're healthy enough. Then they can propagate, and then they go and destroy a little bit more of the forest. And so you can feel sorry for the people clearly, but the problem is that is not the solution, because the human beings in the expanse expansiveness of the human species and what we're doing, and nothing is sacred. We feel we have the right to develop anything. We feel we can take all the water, we can pollute things, and we do anything we want, but it's always humans first, even though we're not very unique because there's way too many of us on the planet. I think a koala bear is unique as hell, and they're going, and they don't do anything to us, and we do nothing but nasty things to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's we're such a fantastic, excessive creature that we're so the ultimate elitist life form on the face of the planet, and it's really sad. It's I'm not too thrilled about being a human.
Oh boy.
That's just
Hey,
that's,
Instagram.
That's the truth. Hey Instagram, I'm not thrilled about being a human.
Oh my god.
Make sure
And
you join us on
Australia's
Twitch.
burning, and it makes me really, really, really sad.
If you want Kevin to read your comments, join us on Twitch. And humans are garbage, right, Kevin?
A lot of them can be, myself included.
No.
You heard it here first, Kevin.
You're
Kevin's
No,
garbage.
I
at least recyclable.
no. It's I am part of the problem, and I know it. We're parasites on the planet, and I am why I'm here until I'm not here. I am literally, I take from it, and I consume, and I do all these horrible things being a human life form. And I can try to, recycle, and I can try to be a vegan, and I can try to do all these things, but I still suck. A timber rattlesnake doesn't do anything to ruin the quality of the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Just like the Native Americans. They lived in this amazing, remarkable thing, and they would always, their populations would never exceed what could be supplied by the habitat. And then we come in with the invasion of the white man, and then bring the diseases and our excessiveness and commercialization and exploitation of everything. It's unbelievable. We're a plague. We're invasive and injurious compared to the authentic Native Americans. And what we did to them is unbelievable. It is. It's absolutely disgusting. And and what we've done, we've basically devalued their lifestyle, which is so remarkable how they did things. They lived in a balance. We don't live in balance. We're not supposed to be here like this. We're not supposed to be. So we ran out of room in Europe, and then we migrated over here, and then we very rapidly just destroyed everything in a very short period of time. So what are we thinking is going to happen in another 50 years? It's. I mean, I'm just being a realist. That's all it is. And it's like, I just think we need to be aware of what we're doing, and at least have some compassion for these other creatures that are living on this planet. Dude, before they're gone.
You should look. Have you ever heard Corporate Avenger? They're like Native Americans, and they have a metal band, and they sing about everything you're saying right now.
Yes, I have.
They
Yes,
the Bible's bullshit. They're so good. Yeah, they're good. They're great, and they're angry, just like Kevin.
Oh God.
Great. Yeah, war is great for for population control, but pandemic, zoonotic diseases, and all the different stuff like that, and then we keep fighting them off. So World War III might just have started.
I mean,
Iran. That's I don't even know what to think about that.
Yeah, it's probably good.
So ask Kevin what he thinks about what's happening with Iran and the U.S.
Oh boy.
Okay, I am not a pacifist. I don't think if I go into jail and I start getting kind of like beat up, and I keep, please don't hurt me, I'll give you my crackers, and doing all this stuff, can't we just get along? Well, you know what? That means Kevin's going to keep on getting his ass beat, and I'm going to get beat up. So if I go into there and somebody messes with me and I just beat the shit out of them, or I retaliate, or show that I'm willing to do whatever it is, that's the next person is going to sit here and go, that guy's like a little Tasmanian devil, he's angry and he'll fight back. Mm-hmm. So the U.S. being passive, I think, obviously it's a very scary thing, because we need to demonstrate force. We need to have an incredible military, and I think if you demonstrate a strong military, updated power, people or other nations that want to mess with us are less likely, and that's due to the respect of power. If I look at a dog pack or a wolf pack, the two alpha, the male and female, they don't have to sit here and argue a lot with all the subordinate animals because they've already established a pecking order. And until that male gets too old to defend himself, he's pretty much going to be unchallenged. And, you know, for us being challenged, so Iran is nightmarish. And, I mean, they're living, the people that live there are living in a, I don't know, you can't even call it democracy, it's a dictatorship, but they're living where everything is censored and their freedoms and they're being fed all sorts of things. I mean, you know, look at like North Korea, that literally these people are indentured servants and slaves of
no idea what's going on.
Mental case.
What do you think that's gonna unleash? I feel like that one day will.
No, I already talked about what North Korea with their weather satellites and EMPs and all that.
Oh, yeah.
But Iran is massive, and they've really ramped up their military. You know, years ago, Iran had a very meager military compared to something like Iraq, and they had like the average person that was fighting as a soldier didn't even have a weapon. They would have to go out there with like this. They wore this like bandana, and they had these fountains of blood, and they'd go out and just have sticks and stuff like that, and go against like the Iraqis, and then hope to gain one of their. No, I'm not even joking.
Dude,
to gain one of their weapons. But it was just, you know, these people are so devout in their faith. You know, certainly like, you know, ISIL and all these, and these people, you know, they're going to go to heaven and they're going to get these, you know, virgins and all this different stuff, and they, you know, martyrdom and all that. I mean, when you start fighting against extremism like that, which basically means it's like a cult. It's just like a cult mentality. You spin some yarn, and the soft, weak, malleable-minded people will follow that, and then you can turn them into, you can weaponize them, and you can take little kids, because little kids are the easiest things to do. But Iran hates us, hates the Western world, but I'm sure a lot of the people that live there, I mean a massive amount of the people, if they actually knew what the truth was. What?
Sorry. That.
Yeah, filthy sus, not...
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, why do they have to be virgins? I mean,
nobody wants to hang out with
72 virgins. It's like, hi, you want to go on a date? I mean, can I get to know you? And, you know, what, like 2 months with the first
yeah,
one,
nobody
and you
wants
got
that.
70